Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold, episode number 22. And this is going to be the last, it's either the ultimate or the penultimate, second to last, video that I'll be doing on this. Let's just take a quick look at the big picture. Remember, the middle line was divided right down here, and we've probably taken over about 80% of the total area, which means of their side, we've taken over half, and you can see that if this is about the halfway point, we probably own a little bit more than the halfway point down here, kind of pushing through here. And actually our turn is not even done. Last episode I wasn't able to get to due to time constraints. I wasn't able to get to this whole pocket area here. We have two dive bombers who are ready to go on an artillery group that hasn't even done anything yet. So the first thing I want to do before I forget is turn down my volume. But we need to get a few more infantry in the front lines in the south. Basically, this is forest territory. I don't want, as soon as we break out, we'll be in good shape. But until we break out, we need infantry in the forest. And that's what this was going to be there for. Now, I don't want them to take priority. Basically, I want them to just be... Actually, ask for with its superior. I guess we'll ask for 100%, but hopefully it's not a priority. Like, I'd prefer the priority to go to, well, basically anybody but them. Now, instead of going around to everyone and picking priority, I'm just going to let the game decide, and, you know, whatever units we get to the front, like, I'd prefer riflemen going to this group, for example, but, you know, if we don't get them, that's okay. Now, I think we have, let's see, we'll have 2 new artillery, 8 new artillery, I should say, being produced. I think that the artillery needs are most in the center now. Technically, Second Army has, I think, the most artillery. So what we'll do is put yet another artillery in First Army's hands. And what I'm going to do is upgrade artillery 2, because what I realized is we can get heavy artillery. We can get heavy artillery for 45, but to get heavy artillery 2, I just noticed that you need artillery 2 done. And this is what I'm beelining towards, +1 attack. I mean, this is devastating. This, by the way, has an attack range of 3 instead of 2, which is pretty helpful if you can put it up 2 away from the front. Basically what happens is you have this turn where you hit them, and then the next turn you can hit them without even moving, even if you pushed them back a hex. So it's really nice. Now the downside is, of course, we'll be using trains to do this. And, well, I mean, it's a very expensive, from production standpoint, unit. So it's kind of like it's like dessert. It's definitely a luxury to be able to put these groups together, but because we're winning, we have the extra points. Our headquarters actually has not been using all of its rail capacity anyway. I think each rail car is 2,000. So you can see that we have about 8 rail cars more than we need right now. So I'll probably use at least 6 of those, and we'll probably start producing some more trains, or maybe even start putting a few of these on trucks. Now, as I said, this is probably going to be the second to last video. So, doubtful we'll actually get that far. Now, first order of business. Let's move up some people. I'm going to move this... I forgot about our oil concerns. I was going to say I'm going to move this armor up. Yeah, I think this is actually really important to move that armor there. Then this infantry, I guess it makes sense to move them in the middle. Gives us more options. I want to move this unit as far forward as possible. So I guess I'm going to move him here. Like this unit, we can move him here. I think we'll do that. We actually have this artillery which can still bombard this turn, and what's more, I can actually play my bombard on this unit. Yep. Oh, that was a mistake. I played it on this one. That's okay, we'll just do bombard with all, and this is going to be all the artillery we need. And one of these is fighting. I guess this one's fighting with 33%. It should have been this one, which would have been better. But you can see that actually the one with only 2 killed the most units. No, that's not true. This is not this one attacking this one attacking. This is just all these guys attacking all these guys. I was confused for a second. So really good job on that. We've lowered their readiness a lot. I didn't attack this one anymore because I noticed we already attacked this one. Battle stack for artillery is already 100. Now, what I want to do is utilize our dive bombers to take care of this unit. Here they come. Kill, kill, kill. Ah, it's not good. So that only... Okay, that pretty much wiped out this unit's ability to fight, and now I have to go against this armored car. Just trying to make sure... Charge, okay. Well, this is kind of not what I wanted. It's not ideal. I thought I was going to be able to kill those armored cars. I think that if we do this attack across the river now, it's not going to work. So what I'm going to do instead is call an audible. This unit is going to come down here and attack. I'm going to move this guy across. He's currently cut off, which is not great, but it's mostly just because of my stupidity that we have this bridge which is broken. I think Kurt was being a little hard on me, saying that it's been broken for a while. I probably should have been paying attention. Could really use someone like Kurt to act as my advisor, my XO, so to speak. Anyway, so that was a really easy victory. I'm not surprised that we defeated them. They retreated back this way. It's kind of like the worst situation for them because this whole area is now pocketed. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to move this unit here. We have to protect this unit. I don't think that their low readiness armored cars are going to be able to bust out, break out. But that is, of course, the concern. Now, I think that this tank right here can actually move and attack twice, which means that if we're able to preserve... I mean, it's kind of it's a tough decision here, because these guys are pocketed, so we don't really need to kill them immediately. They're already going to die. And especially with all the artillery we have in the area. I mean, it's maybe not a bad thing to just let them kind of sit it out for a turn. Now, the question is, how do I move my forces? What do I do to my forces to make sure that that they don't break back out? Like, this is pretty weak. It can't be attacked really. It can only be attacked by this unit, which is not... it's in terrible readiness. Okay, so actually that one's probably okay, because 13 readiness. It's still dangerous, but considering these are Riflemen 2, they do have the 75 instead of 60 for attacking artillery. I'm going to hope that that's enough, because everything lies within this. Now, even if they do push here, I don't think any other units will be able to get out, just this one. So we'd lose one. Because obviously we have to close these 2 holes. Wow, okay, that's helpful. So I could put this tank could actually drive forward. $38. I wonder if it's more efficient to just drive through this. Kill him on the way. I'm wondering if we can take the city. Okay, so let's do scouting, which is what we should do. Okay, that's good. So we got the scouting done. We know we're not going to be able to take the city now. I need people able to move. Damn it. Okay, so let's put this unit here, this unit. I don't want to move him there. I might move this unit here. And everyone is just going to shift left. Who are we leaving? Yeah, we have our recon here. Okay, so that's good. Everyone's going to just shift left 1. And we could attack this unit still. They are pretty low on readiness, but I'm going to save that for next turn. I mean, we'll have more bombardment. I know that these guys are anxious. Like, let's get it over with. But this is actually quite a few divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 divisions we've cut off here. They're not at full strength. They're barely, I would say they're barely fighting strength. If you put them all together, they probably make 1 or 2 divisions. Maybe 2. So that's, I mean, that's, it says a different story, I guess. It tells a different story. So now I want to not eliminate, I don't really care about eliminating, I do have one more. We have no oil left, so the next attack I do is my last one for air. So where do we want this air attack to go? And I think I want to try to attack, oh yeah. I really want to cut this off, which is probably what I was going to do with this unit at first, but really fudged that up. And I forgot to point out, of course, that we're actually kind of in having supply issues here. This guy's in yellow, and this guy's still in blue because it goes over a stream. Ah, that's a bummer. So this guy's not going to have very good supply. If he had been here, I think he's yellow, because then you can connect this way. If this guy's green, surely this guy doesn't go to blue. He would have been yellow. Or maybe even green, but I think yellow. Kind of unfortunate that I didn't have that bridge, otherwise this would probably even work. We'd probably even be able to go over the river. But I'll just eat a bit of a supply penalty for this. And our supply stockpile is fine. We're doing fine. So we're just going to sacrifice some production capability for the offensive. And that's not a bad thing. Okay, actually, this guy cannot... He can go here, or we can try to drive through this unit. So what I think I want to do is... If I move this guy, it's 4 tanks. That's not going to eat up all my oil. And you guys are... Yeah, you're currently able to do this, which is great. If I do this air attack first, which is what I think I'm going to do, this guy can only just move forward. But I still think that that's useful. Let's do the airstrike this way. It's going to take the rest of our oil, but I don't think that there's a better thing for us to do, and we do want to get rid of these guys. They got the job done. So, 5 oil left. I guess we can move here. The question is, do I want to move here so I can move along the road and support an attack on the city? That's something, but I think if I move here, I'll be fine for next turn. And now, all the movement we do, it's still... A lot of these units are still capable of moving, just not capable of attacking. So let's move this guy down. Oh, actually, no, that one's going to be cut off. I mean, in worse supplies. Let's move this guy down here. This guy... Oh, he can't move up there. Okay, well... I wonder why he can't move there. Huh. Oh well. One moment. Alright, we're going to have to edit this one anyway, so that means I'll try to use stops liberally to take time to think about things. When I come back, I'll try to at least announce what I'm thinking about. But I think for this turn, we're done. There's no more thinking that needs to be done. Basically, we have this unit we're creating. We're creating the artillery here. I think we could create another armor somewhere, but I'm just going to let the units that we have regenerate, I guess. So yeah, that's it. And you cannot do anything with that. Yeah, fuel-wise, we can't do anything. So it's really good that we got this oil, but it's not, man, it actually should be, yeah, it's producing 1,600. Can you imagine where we'd be without that? Well, it won't help us until next turn. So, production-wise, is there anything I'm missing? Staff-wise, 16. How are we doing on staff at our main? Yeah, we're doing great on staff. So I think I might actually even just switch off supply here. How's the machine gun looking? 35? Nope. No need to switch off supply unless we want to get more riflemen, but I don't think so. I think the only thing we would do is switch off some supply here for more political points. Yeah, what did I want to do with political points here? I should have done this. Actually, this is what we're going to do is that. And now all that extra supply that I'm producing, I need it because I'm going to go into auto upgrade and let's see how much supply this costs. 6,000. It's pretty good. 6,000 supply to get all these artillery upgraded. Now that doesn't reduce their readiness at all, just so now they're all artillery too. With better combat stats, we should be eliminating troops. See, I don't actually know if it does anything in the actual attack. I'm not sure. Lately I've been rethinking how this artillery works, and I think artillery works with only hit to kill or hit to retreat. Actually, it can't work that way because sometimes you can see readiness decreasing. I think it does take advantage of this. I was thinking this might only be if you involve them in actual combat, which I pretty much never do. So would that be effective? But the increasing the hit to kill in the heavy artillery I think is pretty important. So, all right, we have this infantry, and that's it. I mean, if this guy can move forward, which he cannot, that's the only other thing I would do. Yeah, but we just upgraded, so everyone's stopping where they are. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, we have 35 political points. I need 90 plus, I need 45 to switch lines, and then I need 90 to get the level 2 upgrade for this, which is the one I'm targeting. Which means I need 135, and I'm currently 20 short of that. It's just not going to be possible. Let's not even consider it. So this turn I will just build a ton more artillery, which means I think we're okay with exactly what we're doing. I have the one extra I built in the first army, and we'll let everyone else go. Now, I can't even remember what the first, before my cut was, how much time that was. I don't imagine that they're going to be doing any attacks. If they get any units out here, that's the only sad thing. Ah, they really are. But we'll push here and then here and box that off again. Ooh, yeah, they did a good job breaking out of that pocket. Okay, well, let's immediately fight back and try to recapture that. I mean, this is pretty obvious. They even fell back completely. So we'll be doing an attack here and here. And actually, if we can just take the city straight away, that would be even better. I think that's my priority, is taking this to pocket. This is, I'm not worried. They didn't try to attack. It's kind of a, it's nothing I need to worry about. Where did their armored cars go? 2 there, 1 there. Okay, so they, yeah, I mean, it's over. First thing I want to do is get my supply. Now, I can move this guy here. He can't move across yet, but when we eliminate this unit, which shouldn't be too hard, we'll be able to move him across. He'll have enough action points, because it's only 20 if you can, let's see, 20, 40, 60. So, it's, yeah, I think maybe it's 30 if you're building a bridge. A lot of units here. Their turn readiness might actually be an improvement. So I think what I do is I let this artillery just bombard where he is. Lots of damage. Yeah, they're down to 1. And these are their artillery too now. Again, I don't know if that actually costs too much. I mean, helps too much in the as far as bombardment goes. But all right, so this guy is just a goner. I'm not even gonna. Well, from a fuel perspective, I don't want to attack this unit. But the 1 armored car, even at 10 readiness, means I probably will use my armored cars. Let's just break them immediately. Okay, that's good. And then move back. Get you moving back. It's kind of a waste. I'm just going to assume that those will go away on their own, because I need this infantry forward. Put you on the road. Put you here. Put you here. You can see why horses are helpful now. They don't require any fuel. Put you over here. Yeah, so then what to do over here? I think, well, we want to push forward. So let's move here. Let's move here. And we're going to do some attacks. I think we attack this unit. We actually can get some good bombardment in, and I'm sure that that is what we're going to do first. 7 rounds. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was that much more effective than normal. This artillery is a little bit far away. I'm wondering if I move them here, and if I move them here, they can get 4 more rounds in here, or I can just attack these guys, which are already weak. I mean, it's only 7 units. I don't think we're gonna. I think we move here. We do bombardment on this unit just to make it even better. And this is the second group of 5, so no extra attack stack. We killed a lot more engineers. The readiness and entrenchment is down a bit more. Just gonna make it a little bit easier. In fact, these guys can attack with 64 action points remaining. These guys have 66. It's just infantry. So what I might do, these guys are pretty weak. 21 militia, 6 riflemen, and this guy. Okay, so we'll move him and he can attack. All right, good. We have 2 groups of. This is going to be great. We're going to have a lot of good attacks going on in here. So let's attack with the 64 and the 66 to the top, to the north. Taking some casualties, but boy, we're dishing them out. 3 riflemen, 24 riflemen killed, 33 engineers, an infantry gun, and a militia. Brutal. Just brutal. Now, right now, that's all out of supply, but our lucky little engineer here builds 1 road, and that takes care of the situation. So now we can actually move there. We're fine. If we can move from here to here, we can easily move from here to here, I assume. So let's just move the people who can be moved forward. Okay, that takes care of that. We'll move this infantry. I mean, basically, I want to make sure this guy doesn't move across. Is there any infantry behind us that can get there instead, though? Oh, actually, this guy can move too and bombard him. So that's even better. Just make sure that they can't get up to any trouble. Boy, that was brutal. They're down to 1. Oh my gosh. So I'm pretty sure that's not enough to even across this, to get across. Yeah, actually, this unit is going to move into this position because I can move this guy here. Now, I don't have enough engineering points to do anything, but I can move this guy into the forest, and he can build 2 roads backwards next turn, which is going to obviously help us to push even faster. Unfortunately, this guy's in the swamp now. We won't be able to use anything but infantry, so that means that this infantry is needed forward. So we'll move him right in. And these guys are going to be the 2 who attack here. And I will... This will be great. We'll move them in. And I'll put a cut in here while I think of what to do in the middle. Okay, back and ready to go. We're ready to go. That's the thing. I didn't even realize I hadn't even built this engineering point yet, and I think the reason why is I'm waiting to expel this unit. Let's go ahead and just do that. I think I might even, if I want to preserve this unit's action points, I can move him here before the attack. I don't think I need to do the attack on this unit with anything more than just this armored car. That's the main problem, is that we have 2 armored cars here. If I do this, I get the concentric bonus, I get some more damage done. The question is, what is this unit going to do if he doesn't push here? He's just going to push forward, but that might actually be very valuable. Or he might be able to move here into the attack, and this unit moves forward, which is maybe even more valuable. So I'm going to keep him out of the attack. Oh god, it's loud. Apparently that was the right move. You can see that I only lost 2 units anyway. I don't know if I would have lost less. It's possible. But anyways, we'll move them in. And this unit, we can move in as well. I can wait on it. I mean, this is the next attack we're going to do. Well, it works. I don't know if I need to move this unit in there, considering it's completely just going to be absolutely just destroyed. They're at almost 0 readiness. They don't have anything which is really capable of killing an armored car, so If we lose an armored car here, I will like blow my mind. Yeah, we didn't lose a single unit. 3 units survived, but I don't even know if it's worth it to move in there. We probably just want to jump north of the river. Yeah, this one, I guess if you move, it's 55 to move in there, or 55 still. So we can move in there just because we had the points to do so. Now the important thing is you can move here and build that bridge. Okay, so now let's look at supply. Hooray! Actually, this one's still out of supply. So we'll just have to bring this unit back. This engineer is going to be needed to build a road like diagonally this way. I'm actually kind of surprised why. Oh, it crosses a river. Okay, that makes sense. So we just need to get this guy back. Or, I mean, if we destroy these units, which we plan to do, then we'll be in good enough shape anyway. Because then this will be able to traverse around the river. There's a little break here, so we can go dink dink. Now, the less we can use the forward units on this, the more that they can be used in what I would say is more better attacks. Better attacks, let's say. Oh, let me first completely finish in the south. We're almost done. Just going to move these units forward a lot. And that is, I think, everyone in the south. We have 5,500 oil left, which, I mean, let's be honest here, is not a lot. So let's start prioritizing movement here. I know what I want to do, and that's take over Maioli this turn. That's right, we have our sights set on Maioli. So this unit's going to move forward and attack from this side. Let's see what we have here, not much. Now, what can Maioli be attacked by? I mainly need to get rid of the armor. So let's see, is there any units? There are exactly 2 dive bombers capable of doing this. How much is this going to lower my oil? I don't know. We probably don't need both, though. Let's just take the higher combat value. You can't see this, but this one's 143 down here, because this is really tiny. But this one is 153. So I'm going to take off the 143 and get the first. This is my first. Oh, it makes sense. The first cast is the most experienced. So they're going to be the ones doing the dive bombings way the heck over here. Go ahead and do that attack, and please just net me the tank. Give me the tank. Okay, we got him to retreat. That's something. So very little damage done to the location. Got the tank to retreat. Killed the 2 armored cars, so I feel like very comfortable. I mean, you can see, I think this combat value went down by, was it at like 60 before? I mean, the damage we've done to this city is pretty substantial. Now, I had to move this unit through enemy zone of control, even though I was moving on road. I had to move through enemy zone of control to get to here. We don't really care about these 3 units. This is just a pocket to us, which we can eliminate at any point in time. The main thing is get to the city. And actually, if this tank is going to attack here, he can then attack backwards to this hex via road. So we might even just try to take the city, which has only 1 tank at 50%, which means that effectively that's my tanks you can think of as fighting at 50%, but they are slightly better than the normal standard light tank. So we should we'll be on the attack, so it's our 1280 versus their 800, and our 3600 versus their 2400. So we should have the advantage there. We're basically fighting at the same readiness as them. You can put the penalty into the readiness, the penalty of attacking the city. You can just say, okay, 50% malice to the values there, or you can just say my readiness is cut by half, and I have the normal combat values. They multiply the same way anyway. So they have the bonus that they have for the city is taken out because their readiness is lower. So what I'm trying to say there. Now I think the best way of doing this is actually we can cut this unit off too if we move in here, and if I have just 1 unit, which I think we can get 1 unit which will be able to punch through all the way over here. We just need to stop the zone of control penalty in 1 area, because let's see, this one is at 80 to move here, and it's 125. My god, 125 to move there. 80, 45. Okay, it's gonna be 30 no matter what, so if we lower it, it'll be 35 no matter what. So we need to get down to 70. So we need to remove the zone of control penalty for moving here and here. Well, that's not going to be as easy of a task. We might have to find, maybe there's another unit which can get up there. I don't know. Maybe this unit. Oh, this unit can probably get up there. So let's go ahead and do the attack. I was debating whether or not to bring in this unit, the tank from the south, from the north, I mean, and then getting him to contribute to this attack. I think these two units by themselves are going to be able to get it done, which, I mean, it's just crazy that we're taking a city like this. Should we call in the other dive bombers first? Well, they did waste 900 oil. That's not spectacular. We'd have a lot of movement we yet want to do. Oh, it's really hard to say. Let's move this unit forward while we can, since that's like an obvious thing to do. I want this 98 to attack this unit up here. There are no... I think we're okay to attack with the armored car because they're at low readiness and they mostly just have staff. So we're going to attack with these two units. Well, basically everyone available. Should we do bombardment here first? We have a string of artillery that is available for for bombardment. But the thing is, I want to remove this first, and I don't want to bombard this because I'd like to take this raw. Even though raws is no longer an issue, so we don't really care if it... I guess that is a pretty solid argument, that we don't really care about damaging raws, since raws are not really a concern for us. What we most care about is preserving any oil we find, and it doesn't look like we're really in position to get oil. We can beeline up here, but that'll probably happen after the game is over, frankly. Or at least after the series is over. Yeah, I think we'll just do the attack. It's 118 combat value, though. Good lord. Okay, well maybe we'll have... I don't know. Okay, so we will get artillery involved. We won't get artillery involved here, though, because the armored cars... I mean, look at this. 13... Well, I mean, even artillery could help here. We could get these guys to move forward to here. They can get four rounds of bombardment on this unit. That doesn't seem too bad. Bombard with you. 4 rounds. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's the amount of damage done to that location means it'll be repaired in 1 turn anyway. We lowered their entrenchment from 93 to 34, readiness down by half from 30 to 15, essentially. Now what I wanted to do is get this armored car division to move forward and attack north. Now I want to only attack with the units already here. Do we have any infantry here? Yeah, so I'm going to get this unit to move forward and attack. We're going to do the attack with this unit, and we'll get this 98 to attack. So we're going 20% concentric bonus, 130, a lot of infantry involved, even though we're only facing mostly armored car. But it is helping for the concentric bonus. That does help. And, you know, those infantry can get lucky. We don't know who in the end will... I'm not sure. We probably won't be able to tell who in the end killed this unit, but the armored cars. But, yeah, we lost a lot of machine guns, but hey, look at that. We killed all the armored cars, and some minor... I mean, very minor damage onto the location means it's still going to be repaired fine. Not that RAWs was an issue. But with our plan to build... that's interesting. I'm going to leave that unit there. This one will move forward. This one will probably also move forward. Okay, so with our plan to build trains now and build heavy artillery, which I didn't get done, which is not done doable this turn because I don't want to upgrade the heavy artillery. I'd rather just 45. I'd rather just pump a lot of points into heavy artillery starting next turn. And this turn we'll be building up, we'll probably get 1 more artillery deployed somewhere, but then we'll just start building up a reserve of artillery. We'll see how many are left over, and then we can actually just build, with our artillery factories, the 2 of them we have, the gun factories, we can build exactly the amount of artillery we need to round off to the next, I mean, we'll just finish with the last group of 5, getting exactly a number of artillery which is divisible by 5, so we have exactly even divisions, full divisions of artillery, no partial divisions, with like 3 or 4. Now, still here, the question is, do we do this attack or not? I have to say, I'm a little bit leery of it. I guess what we could do is move this unit forward here, which is going to be 80, and do the bombardment. I don't care about this unit too much. So what did we get done? We lowered their readiness by almost nothing and entrenchment by almost nothing. Well, I'm considering even doing that again. Gotta make sure I play my cards. 57%. This one, I probably already forgot about the 3rd Army's bombardment. Oh, hold. Big boost to combat performance, but I think it's defending. No, we will never play that. I thought that this was a bombardment as well, but apparently I'm mistaken. Okay, we got this road fixed. It's good this engineer's here. He's gonna be able to help us with the supply issues anyway. Okay, let's finish with the north. I am very, very tentative about doing this attack. I think we'd be better off pushing forward. Speaking of pushing forward, we want to move this, keep this unit moving forward. Yeah, I think we'd be better off pushing this unit forward, doing more bombardment. I don't know where else we will want to bombard. Wait, we have 1 artillery. Oh, it already moved. Yeah, the artillery is basically catching up. I see. We have this situation where this guy can move here. 55. This one's going to move there eventually. And they're probably going to do the bombardment here. So it works us back to this question, whether or not we want to do one more attack with our aircraft here. Well, we're still at 4,000 oil, which is quite a lot of fuel. And you know what? This is taking a city for next to nothing. Here's the big question. Can this be attacked by anything but this? No. The only unit that can attack it is the only unit which can attack this city as well. Which means that this unit, unfortunately, is able to bombard here. Okay, but that's a low priority. We'll probably do that attack. Like, what is this? Okay, we'll probably let this one go because it's in the low mountains. It's not blocking our path. We'll just leave them there. Pretty much just starve to death until they're at really good readiness. We'll let them get down to 10. Yeah, so that one's not going to be a focus of bombardment. This one is going to get just so easily destroyed by armored cars that we shouldn't worry about it, which means that yes, we will do our bombardment. You only have 4 rounds anyway, so just do your attack here. Okay, we actually killed a few units this time, lowered their readiness down by 10, which is good, from basically 80 to 70. Entrenchment down from 88 to 75. Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that. Killing only a very few units, but I think it was worth it. I think you're going to end up either staying there or moving forward. Okay, so let's do the other air bombardment here. Let me just make sure there's nowhere else I would want to bombard. Yeah, this guy can actually move forward himself. Interesting that it's 28 to move here, but 38 to move here. I wonder... Oh, because no zone of control. Ah, that's interesting. But he'd only have 13 action points left, so he wouldn't have enough to move here. Damn. So that's no good to us, because he'll just assist in this attack as soon as we have this cut off. Which, again, I don't know how we'll do, but... Okay, so we're going to do it. We're going to commit to... I think this makes the most sense, frankly, to do this attack again. We killed the tank. It doesn't matter. You guys can go home at this point. Mission accomplished. I'm sure that we're not going to have any problems conquering it. We did... I mean, their entrenchment's still at 130. And bombardment would do a great number to reduce that. But hey, now that they are without any armor, and we're attacking with 4 tanks and 4 armored cars, both at 100% readiness, they just don't stand a chance. Yeah, and you can see that by... Well, we actually had one tank take a little bit of damage. But we only lost 1 infantry, and we killed 17 riflemen, 2 militia, so that's good. Everything worked out well. So we can move in there. You can move in there and move forward. Oh, it's the dream. So I don't want to move in there quite yet. First, let's get this to be part of our network now. It is our city. And production will be political points. What is it going to produce? Pretty much nothing. We took it almost intact. That's right, we didn't have to bombard the hell out of it. This Blitzkrieg thing does have that huge advantage against the AI. That we don't have to do... we don't have that problem. Oh, yeah, this is so great. We could actually attack with this armored car, which is got 12 riflemen, 4 armored cars. I mean, it's very valuable. Almost, maybe more valuable than this tank group. Although probably either one will win the day. I mean, if we attack with all 3, we're just going to obliterate this. But I mean, this is not a lot of infantry. We might be better off letting them go. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. We're going to do this attack first. We're going to try to attack with units in the back first to save the ones that are on the front lines for attacking later on. So there's a trick which I first employed with Gary Grigsby's War in the East, or it's most necessary to employ with Gary Grigsby's War in the East. So we got you to attack from here. Either one doesn't matter. Do this attack from both of these units. They will just annihilate that, I'm sure. And we lost 2 units, but still took out 5 rifles, 12 militia. Not actually the best ratio. It's a little bit worse than I was expecting. But that's okay. And now we have... Probably we get the 17th and the 14th to attack this group. That should be just obliteration. Did lose 1 unit, but we did kill their entire division. The entire card is removed, which is great. That's a loss of political points for them. And now we can move this artillery forward without paying the extra 10 movement point cost, which is, yes, what I desired. And you can also move forward. Although I don't think I'm going to have you move forward anymore. So we'll get this bombardment done. What is this hex? We have light tank, all kinds of juicy stuff. And this cannot be hit by this unit? No. Yeah, these guys are just... we need Ution to be fixed up, which it won't be for another 2 turns, unfortunately. Actually, I mean, what the hell? Next turn we're going to have Maioli unlocked as a location for our interceptors, which is good to know. So, probably the 2 that we have waiting in Sendai will move forward. And Yuanping is going to sadly continue to stay there. Now, let's get a new division for dive bombers here. That is the 6th CAS. Move our dive bombers in there. Okay. They're not going to get anything done this turn. Wow, it's crazy that these... actually, you should probably headquarters over to blue now, since you're close to that. It's crazy how much just so much you get done in a turn when you're in Blitzkrieg mode. And you cannot attack either, okay. And you were only meant to attack that, so that's good. Now, we have preserved our artillery from zone of control issues. It can go 55 here or 70 here. I think we actually want it to go here, which is a bit dangerous. And it'll only get 3 rounds of bombardment, but that's the best we're going to be able to do without removing this unit. And that is just too tall of an order, I would say. Too tall of a task. We've already maxed our battle stack for artillery, which means that any more would cause an issue. So I think we're going to use this one to bombard as well. It's going to give us... Oh, it's only going to give us 1 round of bombardment. Well, what's more important? For this guy to go here and only get 2 rounds of bombardment? No, that's not necessary. Let's just use this one first. Because this is going to be a bit of a challenge to take this. We shouldn't underestimate this one. And then I'm going to Wait. It's only 50. So anybody left to bombard, which is both of them. I see. Okay, we'll go for it. Yeah, it's pretty much nothing. Caused a few of them to retreat, I guess. Well, supposedly. It doesn't show the graphic for that, but we lowered their readiness a little bit. Their entrenchment a little bit. But that blow is only going to be delivered after this one is delivered. We expect it to take a lot of our movement points. I think that these... No, they are not going to be able to move and attack. That's unfortunate. Is there any solution to that? Ah, you can. All right. Okay, good. So we're in good shape. We'll be able to attack with this armor from the north. This armored car from the south. Actually, you will be attacking that way. So if you have enough points, you'll also attack here. But the priority is to attack from here, to get this one first. Which means that since this unit... Which one do we want? This armored car to move north? Actually, there's 2 armored cars here. Ah, this is really tough. Oh, you can go and attack this. Aha. You can actually go and attack this. No, I think I know what I'm going to do. This unit's going to move... Well, it's a violation of the armies, kind of, but... Why don't you move forward so we get a little bit closer. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. It's a small violation of optimal things, but you can actually attack here. Which I think we'll do. See if it works. Yep, it was very, very, very successful. Excuse me. I know this video is getting longer, but man, it's just one of those things that now... Oh, and look at this. We pocketed this group, which is a lot of individuals. We don't have to attack them and kill them this turn. Something to keep in mind. And frankly, this force in the mountains is troubling. I guess we don't have anybody left to do anything to them, unless we have anybody who can... Oh, yeah. These guys are just... Yeah, the only thing they can do... We're down to 1,700 fuel, so let's not even use these dive bombers. We just won't use any of them. They cost a lot of fuel, mainly because they're traveling so far. Okay, so what do we want to do? We probably use... You're at 2. You're at... Okay, you're not going to use. You're at 4, and you're at 4. So 2, 4, and 4 is 10. My math checks out. So we can use all of those guys against this group right here. And let's do that. So, move them forward. Move them forward. And move these guys forward. And you know, I might even do something a little bit... I'm going to move these guys 2 forward, so they're going to get a little bit less rounds of bombardment. I don't think we're needed... They're probably needed to move forward more than they're needed for the extra 2 rounds we would get. And I didn't realize that you have 5 artillery and 5 horses. So, in fact, I need to stop bombardment a bit. You can move here, which is 60. I mean, you could just move all the way forward. Your readiness is 71. We'll just do that. And now we have a 102 and a 95. So the 95 is going to also push forward and get 1 round of bombardment on something. I guess we'll just do it on staff or this. Wow, that is a hell of a lot of militia. Holy cow. We're not even going to do anything to that, so I'm going to bombard the staff instead. Okay, hey, we killed a staff. Woo! Actually, getting the readiness lower, believe it or not, is pretty... I think that helps a lot since the staff percentage bonus they give, I believe it's multiplied by the readiness, so that's good. Okay, now whoever's left, which is I think 9 artillery, it is. Both of these guys are going to be attacking this big stack. And getting a lot done. Cutting their readiness from 20 to 15. Okay, not that much. 26 to entrenchment of 19. 26 to 19. 2 rifles and 1 submachine gun killed. Yeah, they didn't do that much, did they? No. And we still have one more artillery, which we can move forward and get a few rounds of bombardment off with. I think that we will continue to move these all into the same area and continue to attack this, which only has battle stack of 40 so far, so we'll make that 90. Yeah, that was pretty good. And obviously we're going to need to protect these units, but look at this, we have a tank ready to go. I don't think I'll use this tank in the attack on this. There's like almost no armor, is there? One armored car, and that's it. So we have armored cars going to be already contributing to this attack. Actually, just one. 1700 fuel. So this is probably a natural target. I probably should have bombarded this militia more, because this is a natural target for these armored cars and such. We definitely need this infantry to move forward. I think that we attack this, but this artillery has, this armored car I should say, has to end up here protecting my artillery. And probably this one won't be able to do that because he's already attacked and he's going to do a second follow-up attack. Okay, well this guy can attack and that would bring him... I think that's going to actually bring him in. Okay, let's do this attack. It's his way to get across the river. It's kind of bizarre, but let's just do it. It's just, even crossing a stream, we just annihilated them because their readiness is so low. Now, we did this, and we're all in supply. Very good. So that worked as I was hoping. This can go here. I think we'll just move him directly over then. And you are going to cost oil, so I'm a little reluctant to do the same thing. I think you're just going to move through here, which for now is under supply, but as this guy moves forward, eventually not. Oh, it's at 90. Okay, so we can move 10. As long as this guy stays on the rails, this will be in supply. I'm thinking move here next turn. Maybe they'll move here. I don't know. I mean, this is actually quite a group. Is this, by the way, in supply? No, no. And we're going to have oil issues, so let's not worry about that. In fact, we may end up not attacking this group. Let's do this surround stuff first because, yeah, we want to take this. This is really important because we want to take this before they have a chance to move into the better defensive point. I think that these two are going to be okay. Yeah. Yeah, that should be perfectly fine. Perfect. So we lost 1 unit and we killed 16 rifles, 10 militia, 1 submachine gun. We'll move the, oh great, the armored car in, and the tank is going to stay there for now. Move this unit in here, which makes sense. So we could do the attack from that side. You can't move, you can't move. So who is left who wants to do the attack? You can't do the attack, you can, so we have 2 here. We have 1 unit who can do the attack here. Let's wait. It's okay, good. So the 3rd and the 2nd are here. I think we leave the 3rd to help, but the 2nd is actually going to move forward and protect the road here. So eventually we want 1st army here, 2nd army up here. We're a little intermingled right now, which is what you'd expect on a big push. What do you know, this video is going 50 minutes again. Do I do this big attack this turn? The readiness is down to 40 and 22, but I mean it's going to be a lot worse off next turn. The downside is if they attack, it's possible they could break out. Now, not if I'm careful, I don't think they can, but... Actually, I probably want to move the tank in. No, they'd have to attack into a city to do that. Like, this is held very nicely, and they're out of supply, so we don't need to put any more units there. You can do an attack. You cannot do an attack, which means probably just move all the way forward. And you can do an attack, so let's move you here. That makes sense. I think we can attack this turn because we're better on the attack than the defense. You can't move forward any further. You will move forward here. That's just obvious to me. And you will eventually do the attack here, but we only have 356 oil. So yeah, if we do this attack, we have to do it last because, I mean, right before we run out of oil. I mean, if that's the thing we want to do, it has to be the last thing we do. Now, this unit can move forward, believe it or not, before, I mean, even if we run out of oil. It should be able to move 2. Let's look at it. Movement for out of fuel is divided by 3, which means that we have effectively 30 action points, which means that we can go on the road 10. Well, we can go 3. 1, 2, 3. We can still go 3 even without fuel. Actually, that doesn't even make sense. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so we will wait to move this one and just verify that by seeing how far we can go. We really could use some engineers to upgrade these oils, but man, we need a lot of political points to do that. Okay, you know what I think I will do? I think I will wait until the next episode to finish this series. So next episode we'll do the final attacks, we'll end the turn, and then we'll just kind of see how things are looking on the next turn. Maybe we'll see if we can rush to Nanning. We might be able to break things open, especially with 2 extra roads next turn, especially the road going through this forest. We only have plains, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we'll only be able to get to here in supply. Or actually, since it's 1, 2, 3, we can use the road from there, but they don't have a road connecting here. So anyway, we'll just see how far we can get. We'll finish off on the turn, which is mainly just doing the middle attack here, maybe the middle attack here, and that's it. That's the only 2 things we really have to consider, are what to do about this and the movement of forces forward. So I'll leave that to the next episode. Until then, I hope you're enjoying the climax. I mean, I guess this isn't the climax, it's more just the resolution, the after climax, the slow resolution of this series. One more episode, I think, so this will be the second to last episode. Until the next one, thanks for watching and take care.